Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me about Gemini gang. What's happening in early December? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Geminis in early December. What's happening for my good friends? What is the vibe? Hopefully we get some nice energies like I was seeing for you last week, right? I was trying to keep it optimistic. There we go. Okay, so perception. There could be something here around aesthetics and looks. I do like this card. It does have a lot of positives. There's some challenges there too that we're definitely going to want to look at. Hopefully you're not dealing with anyone that's a little too egotistical or ego-driven with this card. But before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So we see this lovely lady. She's wearing a big old wig. She's wearing that nice big blue dress, and she's looking in the mirror right there. So of course, I always think of beauty and aesthetics. So for some Geminis, maybe you're tweaking something about your look, changing your look, whether it's hair, wardrobe, it could even be physical fitness. So some of you might be extra health conscious when I see this card. But something that always attracts my attention is the fact that there's mirrors all over the place here. And there is a thin line between confidence and being too egotistical. Now, if you are connected to an individual that is ego-driven, this energy could be clashing with you in this time when this card shows up. Could be spirit saying like, all right, well, if you know anyone that's a little too hyperinflated when it comes to ego, you might want to keep them at an arm's length, because this card to me, and sometimes it could be someone that's a little self-obsessed or somebody that can never be wrong. But again, there's beautiful energy of like confidence and beauty and sexiness too. It all really depends on what you're going through. So again, it could be very good, but it could be a little bit of a warning. So we're going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card over here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's see what we have here for the Geminis in early December. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Very positive. It was titled An Unexpected Win. So for a lot of you, what I always say, wins come in all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's monetary, sometimes it's personal relationships. To me, it felt like something really good coming out of nowhere. And that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. So hopefully that comes in for you. But let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get you 3 cards to start. What's happening for my Gemini friends, please, in early December? Nice and quick. There we go. Okay, 4 swords. That's a calm card. It's at rest. It's quiet. A little too quiet, if you ask me. But we're going to get that tucked in right by the amethyst. Let's keep it moving. I usually like an action card to start off, but I mean, we'll see. And some of you could be recovering from something, very possible. Okay, 3 cups. So we do still have some of the positive energy flowing around. That could be good. And could be get-together, stuff like that. Let's get one more. See what's happening. That is one of my cards that I linked to the holidays. And we have Miss Lady Justice, the Karmic energy. So it's interesting how all this energy is playing together. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I feel elementally this is a very it's so far a complementary spread for a lot of Geminis, because everyone knows Gemini is an air sign. And at first look, when I see a spread, I look at the elements first. Notice 4 swords, Justice, which is Libra, strong air energy, which is mental faculties, the mind, the brain, could be communication. Now that's very positive for speaking sharply and seeing things clearly, but at the same time, all this air energy, it could overthink sometimes. We got the 3 of Cups, which is water. So all of this is internal energy. It's like we have the heart, we have the mind, heart, mind. So we're going to have to see how all this plays. There's a certain intensity from within. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because there's a lot of different things at play. Position number one, the Four of Swords. Now, as I mentioned, this card's not really moving. We see this individual, looks like they're laying there, they're either meditating or praying. So for a lot of Geminis, you might be reconnecting with spirituality, spiritual practices, whether it is prayer, whether it is meditation, manifestation, you name it. It could be like deep subconscious exploration or cleansing. I do like this card for the most part. It's a card of recovery. So if you've recently been through some things, whether it's physical ailments, whether it's mental, emotional stuff, there is a strong energy of recovery with this card. But when we get into the challenge, and I always give you the positive and the challenge, the Four of Swords is stagnant. It seems to not be moving. It seems like, all right, well, what's going on here? Nothing's really changing. Now, for a lot of you, hopefully this is your mind at ease, or going to be at ease. But sometimes this could be situations, problems, things that are like a roadblock in its worst case scenario. So we'll see what's up with that. Now, I'm not getting tons and tons of like negative energy here this week, Gemini. It's like we still have a nice little carryover from what we were seeing last week, because when we move to the center, we have the Three of Cups. That's a beautiful card. Now, I know this card does get a bit of a bad reputation. Sometimes a lot of people are like, oh, third party situation. Of course, it can mean that. Any three can. The Three Cups, you see them there, they're raising a toast. So this is partying, having a good time, celebrating. It's filled with merriment and joyfulness. So when I see this card, I think of a cause for a celebration, like a win, like a victory, similar to like what we saw last week. That could be a very good thing. Now, when we get to the challenges of any three, especially this one, it could represent sticky group situations, sticky group dynamics. So whether it's friends, family, coworkers, you name it, just want to watch the people you're connected to when this card is here. It could also represent overindulgence. So if there's anything you've been trying to refrain from, whether a behavior or connection, you name it, if there's anything you've been trying to like keep calm, the Three of Cups is so overindulgent sometimes, where it's like, screw it, forget it, I'm doing what I want. It's like giving me that type of vibe. So we'll see how this plays out. For the most part, it's a very good card. Now, moving to the back end, we have a complex energy here. We have Lady Justice chilling right there. Now, Lady Justice does link to the Libra collective, and when we see Lady Justice, if you're not connected to Libra, she's a card of fairness. She's a card of balance. For a portion of you, maybe it's a decision, like make or break time at a crossroads. She does deal with situations involving fairness. She links to legal situations. So if you're dealing with anything where you have to put your name on a contract, whether it's like a lease or insurance, like anything you're signing, be extra careful when Lady Justice is here. Aside from those things, aside from the fairness and the balance, she is the biggest karmic card in the whole entire deck. Okay, so we could be looking at karmic situations, people getting their karma, karmic blessings. Like, it all really depends on what shows up here. So I feel like this could be strong. Karma isn't just putting out an energy and receiving it. Of course it can be, but karma also links into the cycles of life, the changes that we go through, the metamorphosis. It's like big picture thinking. So I do like it for the most part. And again, with all this air energy, there could be a lot of thought, a lot of overthinking, a lot of communicating. So we could be seeing some conversational energy, specifically in the middle. Yeah, I want to dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. See what's happening. What do we got for my Gemini friends? What's going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Four of Swords. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Four of Swords time. What's happening? What is the Four of Swords here? Okay. Whoa. Wow. All right, this energy goes from 0 to 1,000. We go from one of the slowest cards to the fastest card in the whole entire deck. We have the Chariot. Okay, so again, similar to what I saw last week, the energy is like very surprising, very out of nowhere. And I'm hoping it's going to be good as the reading plays out. We're just going to have to see. But to me, it's just 0 to full on. So there could be various situations picking up lots of steam. Okay, now hopefully this isn't a rough thing where it's like something caught you off guard, where it's just like a surprising situation. I feel like either way, it's something where it's like, oh, damn, like, where did that come from? So watch out for the surprising situations. I think you had that a few weeks ago, possibly. But the Chariot is a card of determination. It connects to the Cancer collective. If you're not connected to Cancer, the Chariot is just super fast. It's either coming or going. It's in flight. Like I said, it's the fastest moving card in the whole entire deck. So when we go like the Four of Swords into the Chariot, either it's coming or going quick. Now, I think we're going to need to look further through the reading to see what shades of this energy is. But I would say in this time, there could be various situations popping up out of nowhere. We'll see if it's conversational. We'll see how it all plays out as we move throughout the reading. But yeah, just watch out for surprising, unexpected situations and things popping up in general. All right, for good, bad, and indifferent. And I usually know Geminis are very logical people, usually have a good grasp on everything you're dealing with. But life is always going to throw curveballs. It is just something coming at you quick, whether it's a person or whether it's a situation. Energy's coming at you quick. So let's go in on that Three of Cups. I think I saw that for you too, like a certain level of magnetism. So let's see why the Three of Cups is here. Thank you. Why is that 3 here? Thank you. Okay. All right, some of you do need to relax, have a little bit of fun, especially if you've been going through anything that's been serious. I have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse under the Three of Cups. Remember, I said this is partying, joyousness, merriment. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of work, career, putting effort into something. So for a small portion of you, this can be very good. This could be something coming in, again, a win or a victory coming in where it's like you don't really got to work super hard for it because you're just like manifesting it in. That could be very good and claimable energy. For some of you, maybe there's just something you're deciding like, I'm not going to take this as serious anymore. It is what it is. So that could be happening with various situations in this time where whatever will be, will be. It is what it is. I'm not going to stress about this no more. So for a big portion of you, there could be a situation or something where you're just mentally deciding like, if there's nothing I can do about it, or there's no reason in stressing about this. I don't know why that's coming through. But again, for another portion of you, you might need a little bit of like a break for rest and recuperation. In the upright, the Eight of Pentacles is putting forth a lot of effort. It is the card of career and business, hardworking, diligent, even overworking. So in reverse, under a card of partying it up, again, either it's a winner victory coming in that is like magnetically attracted to you, or again, you might just need a break. So if you've been dealing with certain situations, you've been wound tight, or the energy's just been a little stiff, Spirit might want you to have a little bit of fun, cut loose a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Make sure you have some time for recreation, whatever that might be to you, right? Everyone's definition of fun is a little different. So I'm liking the energy in the center because it feels fun. It feels lighthearted. It feels like it's having a good time. Let's go in on Lady Justice. And we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is Lady Justice here for Gemini, please? What's going on? Why is Lady Justice here? Okay. Okay. Yeah, good. I mean, strong energy of other people around you here. We have the Two of Cups in the upright underneath Lady Justice. Now, this could be representing a very important individual that you're connected to, showing up here. And I try to steer away from saying like karmic connections and karmic relationships. Those are a thing, but I try not to like fully base readings completely around that. Now, the Two of Cups in the upright that's a partner. That's someone that flows really well with your energy. This could be a very important individual. So when I see Lady Justice with the Two of Cups, like this is someone that was meant to be in your life for one reason, whether it was to teach you a lesson, to guide you. It was like, no, you were meant to meet this person. The situation was meant to happen. So now I'm seeing the karmic situation here. Okay, and it does possibly deal with a very specific individual with what I'm picking up on the back end. Now, the Two of Cups, similar to the Three of Cups, usually very easy flowing, easy going, soul ties, soul connections, all that good stuff. Usually where there's a good emotional give and take here. So if that's something you don't have right now, there could be a very important person entering the scene soon. Okay, just like I saw for you a couple weeks ago, and now it's happening again. Like Spirit's really signifying, like, all right, for a lot of the Gemini collective, they either need to know that this person served a purpose or they do serve a purpose in their life's bigger journey. Okay, and karmic situation there. And it could apply to all the other stuff. It could just be this individual. So just keep an eye on stuff like that. I don't feel bad about it, though. That's another thing. It's like, it is what it is, right? Let's go through and do a quick recap here, because I don't think there's anything you need to be too cautious about. For the most part, the energy feels pretty light to me, but if you kindly look in the box, the only thing that's got me a little shook here is going with the Four of Swords into the Chariot, clarifying it, because it's out of nowhere. It's boom, very explosive or unexpected surprise, and you name it. So there could be various situations popping up that you don't quite see. The Chariot's very similar to like the Tower with how quick it moves. So again, there could be various things popping up, universe throwing you curveballs. Not all bad though, because as we move to the center, we have the Three of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. For a lot of you, now would be a great time to take a little vacay, have a little bit of fun. If you've been going through serious things, you need to lighten the mood and enjoy yourself. Another portion of you, there could be a situation or something where you're saying like, all right, well, what's the point in stressing it? I'm not going to stress it anymore. Whatever will be, will be. Moving to the back end, we have Lady Justice with the Two of Cups in the upright. Very important individual. Either they're entering or it's somebody who's already in your life, and it's like, okay, this person serves a purpose. Like they're here to either teach a lesson or to assist you, whatever it might be. But Spirit is putting the spotlight on another person, especially with the Three of Cups here as well. It's like your interpersonal connections are showing up here in a more prominent way this week. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. I feel for the most part, this is a pretty positive reading. I mean, the only way it could be like seen as rough would be this energy here on the front end. Like if there is someone you're connected to that they're acting way different. That would be the only way I see this as a challenge. If you're dealing with a person and they're just acting way different than they normally do, that might be something you want to keep a close eye on. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. Let's get a good shuffle here. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be good sometimes too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What is in the shadows here? Thank you. Four Wands, cool. So I've seen this for a couple other signs. I think Sag, which is like your zodiacal twin. The Four Wands is a very good card to have show up in the shadows. I think it was Sag or Leo. Similar to this Three Cups, it's a very celebratory, solid, stable card. It's a four, just like this one. When I see the Four Wands, I call it the 11-11 card. So watch for the signs, synchronicities, and omens, especially since we had karmic energy this week. Spirit could be trying to send you signals. So that could simply be the message for some of you, like watch, keep your eyes open for the signs. You already know. It's very reassuring to me. For a portion of you, yeah, maybe there's situations involving living situation or property and stuff like that, but that's only a very small portion of you. The Four of Wands to me is just very solid, stable, celebratory, and happy. So again, I feel if you are going through situations that are rough or have been rough, it's like, all right, now I'm starting to hit a nice, stable stride. It feels good. I feel like that's claimable as well. A cause for celebration coming in. So please take a screenshot of that too if you want to look into it further. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.